The Denver Broncos, again, you can't take out the 70-point, 726-yard game. And so as a result, they are last in the NFL in essentially every meaningful defensive category, including run defense. They have to run the ball well, and I think the offensive line certainly plays a major factor in that. But A.J. Dillon talked yesterday. He said he doesn't care what anybody thinks. He's not worried about anybody's opinion. Usually when people say that, that's not true.
No, he knows. Yeah, and A.J. Dillon knows what's going on. Come on. So he's pretty dialed into media stuff. He knows what's up.
So if he and Aaron Jones can play well, I think that would be the group that I would choose if it's not the quarterback. All right, that is our green and gold game preview. Good job, Hunter. We appreciate that. We're going to play trivia early today just to make sure that it gets covered because we had that incident. Speaking of signs that say 10 days without an incident, we had that incident.
Well, yeah, if you take that one trivia out of there, it's been pretty good with late night trivia.
We also had Alex Strofe with an incorrect phrasing of a question, and it was. Yeah, there's been some issues still, and Hunter. Wow, Hunter, this is the first time Hunter's got to do trivia on our show.
Oh yeah, he had that band that he played
in
through
3 months.
He had a band. That was a long band.
So
Gerald Ford. I think we can all agree it was a fair band, though.
No,
a very fair band.
No.
Hunter?
Most entertaining trivia you have ever had on this show, and I will defend it till I die.
Okay. Got
strong. Hunter, I assume it is not Gerald Ford trivia.
It is not. It is the weekend preview trivia.
Despite the popularity of Gerald Ford trivia.
I'm not saying that is popular. I'm just saying it was funny.
It was something. It was definitely something. Let's go caller 16. Caller 16, 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Caller 16 for Wilde and Tausch trivia. It is the weekend preview. It is not Gerald Ford trivia. It is funny to think back on it, but it will not be making a comeback, I don't believe. What is making a comeback, and I heard David Gruber earlier today talking about Project Pitch It. I don't know if you've come across this on television, but it's like Shark Tank, but a localized version of it. And David's part of it. It's fun. It's really good. It's just one more way that Gruber Law Offices and David Gruber are involved in the community. You know how they support our local sports teams. You know how they support a bunch of our local charities. They're everywhere. And most importantly, though, they're there for you when you need legal advice if you've been injured in an accident. So check out gruber-law.com. That's gruber-law.com. Or, you know what David says, one call, that's all. 414-276-6666 is that number. 414-276-6666. Trivia, 844-770-3776 is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. From the tee box to the green and everything golf-related in between.
Who's number one?
Max.
Yeah, Max Homa's number one. It's not even close, right?
On the tee with Gabe Neitzel and Stephen Watson.
Just because he's been so open and honest already, you get a couple drinks in that guy, how open is he going to be?
On the tee with Gabe and Stephen, presented by Wisconsin Golf Trips. Tuesday night at 6, right here on 94.5 ESPN, and available with Wisconsin On Demand wherever you get your podcasts.
So I came to Advent because I was experiencing recurrent sinus infections. As a new mom, it was really kind of difficult.
Many of our patients complain of sinus infections. The headaches, fatigue, and nasal stuffiness have a profound effect on their lives.
I just felt like your sickness starts affecting your energy level and, the things that you really enjoy doing. That really was a breaking point for me.
So Molly came to Advent. Abnormally tight sinuses and swollen turbinates led to simple breathing triangle solutions that ended up taking about 20 minutes in office. And very soon thereafter, she was breathing freely.
I'm just in awe at the amount of air that that I'm able to breathe in and out each night, and I haven't had a sinus infection since the procedure.
I'm Dr. Madan Kandula. When you breathe well, you do live better.
Results may vary.
It's a city from a fairy tale on the Mediterranean Sea.
Netanya, the city of diamonds.
And in this city of diamonds lived a crazy genius named Moses Hadara.
Moses was a mathematician,
a diamond cutter,
and a bit of a theoretical physicist.
Albert Einstein devised a formula, E equals mc squared.
Albert's formula unleashed the power locked inside an atom.
Moses' formula unleashed the power locked inside a diamond.
Moses began with star facets,
kite facets,
upper girdle facets,
lower girdle facets,
and pavilion facets.
But then a voice told him to add 24 new facets, the Moses facets.
When he cut the final one,
Shazam!
Moses unleashed an explosion of light.
That dazzling diamond is known today as the Kessler 81.
See it for yourself.
See it for yourself.
See it for yourself.
At Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Get to and from every home game in Green Bay this football season safely. Milwaukee Brought House, Jack's American Pub, and Wanakee Golf Course all offer transportation on game days. They've got bus services with private restrooms and all-you-can-drink packages. Book your round-trip ride from any of these locations and get complimentary access to an all-you-can-eat and drink tailgate at the bar on Holmgren Way. Make your reservations now. There's still room for the October 29th and November 5th games. Visit MilwaukeeBroughtHouse.com to book your trip today.
Get your game on at the Island Resort and Casino with first-round picks of your favorite slots and table games. Bring friends and watch your favorite team compete on big screens. Grab game day eats in T. McSee's Sports Bar or celebrate your team's victory in Horizon's Steakhouse. To book your game time at the Island Resort and Casino, call 800-682-6040 today.
Here in Wisconsin, one name is synonymous with fantastic frozen pizza, Palermo's. For almost 60 years, Palermo's has focused on feeding Wisconsin families. And though Palermo's has grown a lot since 1964, they're still family-owned. They're still proud to call Milwaukee home. And they're still committed to making the best frozen pizza possible. From their new and improved rising crust pizzas to their guilt-free Primo thin pies, Palermo's has a delicious slice for every appetite. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer food aisle. Palermo's. Flavor is our family's business.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Yeah. Ooh la la, the pool is singing my line. Tonight night to the view, yeah, keeping those blinds closed. She said I wanna find somebody by nightfall.
I am always amazed, Tausch, at how the universe sometimes has a sense of humor. So it's time for trivia.
Yeah.
And if I didn't know any better, Hunter and this guy had some sort of side deal. Like they planned ahead, like Hunter reached out to him and said, hey, we're going to ask for caller 16. But I'm just going to call you, and you can be the contestant.
No,
trivia.
Hunter's got way too many morals for that.
He does, no doubt.
I'm also not smart enough to do that.
Well, tomato, tomato, whatever the case may be, you wouldn't do that. So when we played Gerald Ford Trivia, the contestant on the day that Hunter was banned was de facto Daryl. Hunter is back. We asked for caller 16, and the contestant for today's trivia is de facto Daryl. See what I mean?
That's crazy.
Daryl, what's up, my man? How are you?
Hey, man. How you guys doing? Hey, to add a little to that, I was actually calling 6 and 10. Equal that together, it's 16.
If only Gerald Ford had been the 16th president, we'd really be on to something.
Yeah, we would.
All right. right. The category is not Gerald Ford. The category is the weekend preview. The first question is this. There is a massive top 10 battle in the Big Ten in which the number 7 Penn State Nittany Lions, Sean Clifford and I were just talking about this in the locker room the other day. The number 7 Penn State Nittany Lions take on which other team? Is it number 2 Michigan?
Michigan Wolverines.
Number 5 Washington? Or number 3 Ohio State?
No, I said it. Michigan Wolverines.
I don't want to come out and say that I was trying to help you there.
Yeah, you were trying to help, de facto.
I think you were trying to. Yeah, you're right. I should have caught that. My bad. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was Jason saying, "Slow down, de facto, Daryl.
Right,
Don't
slow
be so
down.
quick."
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I love the confidence that you had with it, but
in the completely wrong answer. Well done.
Yeah,
Very
but I still love it. I love confidence. I do. It's very sexy. This Saturday night, following ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day post-game show, which is a very well-produced program, by the way. ESPN Madison is airing a revenge game. Oh, wow. As USC will host which Pac-12 team? Is it Colorado, Utah, Miami? Yeah.
Utah.
Thank God you got that right, because I was about to say maybe we should have done Gerald Ford trivia the way things were going.
I was prepared for it, man.
All right.
Well, you know what threw Daryl off is that Gerald Ford, I believe, was a Michigan man.
He's a Michigan man.
Yes, he was.
So, Hunter, you sneaky son of a gun, you were able to kind of put those two things together, and that, I think, triggered de facto Daryl into potentially going Michigan. So,
again, way too much credit for me.
Chess.
Yes, he's definitely playing checkers.
Way to help me out there, Tausch. Way to help me out, buddy.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Question 3, and a shot at the very rare. Got the first one wrong, but the last two right.
It doesn't happen often.
De facto, Daryl, here is question 3. Latitudinally.
Oh, God.
God.
Which NFL game is farther north this Sunday? Now, wait a minute. Before we go any further, I thought you told me longitudinally, long. That's the vertical. That would be north-south.
It is.
The lines go north-south, but
they
mark east-west.
You're still on a coordinate, so
right,
it's still fair.
But if the question is which game is farthest north, isn't that longitudinally?
No, latitudinally, because then you climb the ladder north or south.
Okay. All I know is which of these games is being played the farthest north. Now I'm confused. I thought I had the longitudinally down. Here we go.
I thought we did too, but
yeah.
Here we go.
All right. Which game is being played the farthest north? Is it Lions at Ravens, Browns at Colts, or Packers at Broncos?
Packers at Broncos.
This is an impossible.
Oh, jeez.
So, Hunter, here's how meticulous Hunter was about this. He has the, depending on your perspective, latitude or longitude degrees. Packers at Broncos is at 39.74 degrees north. Lions at Ravens, 39.27 degrees north. Browns at Colts, 39.76 degrees north, and that is the correct answer. All right, so, Daryl, much like Gerald Ford, who was a very brief president, you had one brief moment of success. You got one right out of the possible 3. You got 2 entries into our drawing. It was great to hear from you again. We appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for your loyalty to the show.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
I feel like we broke de facto Daryl. Like he was so confident at the beginning.
He's got such a great spirit. But that last question was brutally hard.
ban worthy?
No.
No. Nothing close to ban worthy.
Okay.
No.
So I should just chill when I think about banning Hunter again from trivia and crack open a Coors Light.
You should chill, and you're going to be out in Golden, Colorado. A lot of Packer fans, I'm sure, will make the trek, and you want to chill, grab yourself a Coors Light. The mountains, make sure those mountains on those cold activated bottles and cans are blue. That's when you know it's chilled to perfection. Born in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado in 1978, Coors Light's refreshing. It's crisp. Only 102 calories. That's why it's Coors Light in my hand. When I need a moment to chill, celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
We'll kick off the 10 o'clock hour with prize picks for the weekend. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this football season? Well, test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projection for a wide variety of statistics, and place your entry. It's as simple as that. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and an enormous selection of players and stat options are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million football fans who have already signed up. And right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/WI and use code WI. That's code WI at prizepicks.com/WI for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy.
For over 4 decades, one name has stood out as a symbol of excellence in automotive sales and service.
It's the Boucher Automotive Group, dedicated to providing exceptional experiences to all of our valued customers.
We will help you find the perfect vehicle within your budget while respecting your time.
With 20 convenient locations, we're the one-stop destination for all your automotive needs.
At Boucher, we're your trusted partner on every mile of your journey.
Riding with you every mile since 1977.
The Boucher Group has exciting news to share with you.
We've expanded to better serve our community.
Introducing Nissan Lake Country, the newest addition to our family.
Step into our showroom and discover our exceptional selection of brand new Nissans.
We're also stocked with the best pre-owned options in the market.
And as we expand, we're not just growing our inventory, we're also growing our team.
So join a team that values your skills and celebrates your success.
Visit us online or in-store today and view our current job listings at bouchercareers.com.
I've been grinding so long, been trying it for years. And I got nothing to show, just climbing this rope right here. And if there's a man upstairs, he kept bringing me rain. But I've been sending up prayers and something's changed. I think I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Now all my dreams are coming true.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now, and it begins with our prize picks for the weekend.
Sorry about that. The audio didn't want to play.
Still doesn't. All right. Prize picks for the weekend. All
right. So, well, Jason, as we're going to figure this out, Prize Picks Daily Fantasy Sports Made Easy. And tonight, I just got my email. Let me read this.
Oh, read it to us.
Happy Flex Friday. You get a protected play of 20 bones. So you got that. I love Fridays because you get that 25X on your Cavs. If you go 2 to 6 players. I'm going to go 3 this week. I'm going to go 3. I'm going to look at tonight. I might dabble a little bit. We got Major League Baseball playoffs. No more WNBA. Don't know if cricket's in season, but entries can be made in 60 seconds or less. Download the Prize Picks app or go to prizepicks.com. Use that promo code WI. You put $100 in, you get a $100 match. Again, and also look at Flex'em Friday. Happy Flex Friday, everybody. Jump in, go to prizepicks.com.
Time now for our
but that's
prize
not bad.
picks of the weekend.
Computer's giving me troubles, so we're going to start off with Jordan Love. Combined 251.5 passing and rushing yards.
Ooh. What? So I think I looked up his passing yards, I believe, are 234. So what's the math on that, Jason? 17 to get to 251 from a rushing standpoint? Is that about right?
Yes. I wasn't quite sure what you were asking. Yes, correct.
So I've really liked the Jordan Love play of rush yards. He's been pretty good on the more. The 1 week I didn't hit I was off by 0.5. So I don't want to Wilde this like he did before the Super Bowl. I don't know how.
Oh boy,
Jordan Love needs to be really good on third down. I don't think it's going to be more. I'm going to go less on this because I think the run game, even with Jordan Love, I think they need to be hovering around that 200-yard mark. That's what this game needs to be. I'm guessing Matt LaFleur, Adam Stenavich, Luke Butkus have challenged their guys. Said, hey, what we've done this year so far hasn't been good enough. We need to be better running the football. It's going to help everything else. We're going to give Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon and maybe Robbie, if he is activated, a chance to get some carries and wear on this bad Denver defense. I don't think you're going to see it in the air game, so I like the less when it comes to all of that combined with Jordan Love.
All right, so just so you know, I don't play prize picks, but I like to help when I can. Jordan Love for the season through 5 games, he is averaging 216.6 passing yards per game and 16.6 rushing yards per game.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if this is a must-win, which there is some debate, although the polling is interesting, we'll get to that, and they're leading at the end, you lose a yard every time he kneels. So that adds another layer to the risk of including the rushing. Look, the defense they're playing, I think the expectation should be more. So if Jesse is tuning in to get help on his picks, you just went less. I just went more. We didn't help him. Next.
Okay.
Wide receiver for the Denver Broncos, Jerry Jeudy, 41.5 receiving yards. More or less.
Yeah, I'm going more here. Jair's back. Jerry Jeudy has been taking. He's getting
some shrapnel.
He's taken a lot of shrapnel when it comes to how people have approached his game, going to trade him. And here's somebody that was a first-round pick, Alabama guy, a lot of pride. I'll be shocked if he doesn't go out here and want to try and make a statement. 43.5? Yeah, I would be surprised. I feel really good about going more on that one. I do.
So the only problem is we had our friend Mark Schlereth on yesterday, and he's not a Jerry Jeudy fan.
He's not.
He was very negative on Jerry Jeudy. For the season, he missed the opener for the Broncos. Jerry Jeudy has only 20 receptions. He is averaging 4 catches for 44 yards a game.
It's
almost as if Prize Picks knows exactly what they're doing. I'm gonna go more. I'm gonna go against Mark Schlereth and go with Tausch and say more. All right, let's do one more, Hunter, so we can get to
there's
Rob
some
Demovsky.
games. There's sometimes you just get that vibe.
Yeah,
I have
Gut
that
feeling.
vibe.
Hunch.
Yeah, part of the 565 deal.
Yep.
The final one, tight end Luke Musgrave, 31.5 receiving yards.
Ooh.
God, if you hear all the glowing stuff that's being said about Luke Musgrave, I'm going to go more. I think old boy's going to try and feed him the pill, get him back on track, get him over the route that he didn't run. He works hard. Everybody loves him. His dad yells at him a lot.
Yeah.
So, of course you like him. He complimented your hat. So
he did not.
I
No,
think
he
Musgrave
didn't.
is.
No.
I think Musgrave's going to go more. I think him and Dobbs will be the guys that I think are focused on this week, and that's what I like. I'm going to go more.
Yeah, I definitely. I don't know how Doug Musgrave and I would get along, because Luke talking about how much he got yelled at by his dad, who wasn't even coaching him, just parenting him. Was interesting during our conversation. But I did really enjoy talking with him. You can read about him on Madison.com today. But I am going to go more as well. I think he's going to have a bounce-back game. I think he's going to play well. He's got 18 catches, which doesn't seem like a lot. But it puts him pretty close to that 60 for the season prediction that our buddy Bill Huber had before the season started, which goes to show in a 17-game season, if you play in all of them, you got a pretty good chance to. All you got to do is catch, for a game or so. All right, that's it for Prize Picks for the weekend. One of our top picks is Rob Domofsky of ESPN.com. He joins us every Friday, including next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
It's spooky season at the Corners. No tricks, just treats. This Sunday at the Corners of Brookfield. Come and cheer on the green and gold as they take on Denver for a 3:35 kickoff and enjoy the live carving of multiple 400-pound pumpkins. Yes, 400-pound pumpkins. Plus, decorate your own complimentary pumpkins from Shuett Farms. Come to the Corners this Sunday for football, pumpkin carving, plus games and giveaways from ESPN Milwaukee's Street Team.
There's nothing like a great night's sleep. If your mattress isn't quite right, chances are you're not sleeping as well as you should be. Steinhoffel's exclusive Discover Your Sleep system maps your body and sleeping position, and then finds the perfect mattress for you through science. So, stop in and find your perfect mattress with the Discover Your Sleep system, only at Steinhoffel's. Relax. It's Steinhoffel's.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields. If you're in the market for a full-size 8-passenger SUV, look no further than the Defender 130. And with the Defender 90, the 110, and this 130, there's luxury in the right size for everyone. And now is the best time to take advantage of a great offer like this.
For a limited time, get 3.9% special APR rate for up to 60 months on new 2023 Defenders at Land Rover Waukesha. Go to LandRoverWaukesha.com.
All right, Team Pella, listen up.
Thanks, John Kuhn. Customers love our products with limited lifetime warranties. Check out these big plays. Incredible innovations like blinds and shades between the glass.
No interference on that play, Coach.
And stylish windows with hidden screens that make game days a breeze.
Can it get any better?
It can. With monthly payments as low as $19 per window, $75 per patio door, and a free quote at PellaWI.com.
Let's go.
6.99 APR for 120 months. Certain restrictions apply. See showroom for details. Offers on 10/31/2023.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
What does the skeleton say before dinner? A bon appetit. And why did the ghost go to the bar? For the booze. Yeah, Halloween jokes can be corny. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Since 1960, we've provided the most spooktacular selection and savings in town. From skull-shaped vodka bottles and pumpkin cream liqueurs to adult trick-or-treat bags and your favorite seasonal wines and beers. We've got the spirits to get you in the spirit. Combine our selection with everyday low prices and 2 convenient locations, and Discount Liquor is the one trick-or-treat stop you can't skip. Discount Liquor, locally owned and family operated with 2 locations, in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma, and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine. See all of our specials at DiscountLiquorInc.com.
Discount Liquor.
There's only one place in Milwaukee where every day of the year, dreams and reality get together for a great time. Where you can walk in a player and walk out a winner. That place, Potawatomi Casino Hotel. With fantastic dining, gaming, sports betting, a luxurious hotel, and endless ways to win, the excitement never stops. The only thing missing is you. Your win is waiting, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Visit our website to learn more. Must be 21 to enter casino.
The Bog in Saukville is Ozaki County's best golf experience. 18 championship holes designed by the legendary golfer Arnold Palmer, settled amongst 250 acres of beautiful private land. The Bog caters to golfers of all skill levels, offering a golf experience unlike any other. Come enjoy the finest golf greens in Wisconsin, and after your round, enjoy a bite to eat in our restaurant or out on our new patio bar overlooking the 18th green. It's time to golf, Wisconsin. It's time to enjoy the Bog.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Missed any of the show? Find us on Wisconsin On Demand wherever you get your podcasts. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you.
When I think of runaway American dreams, I think it's spending 27 years with this guy covering the Green Bay Packers. We hear him each week on our show, but we hear him each week on every show across ESPN Wisconsin. It is our buddy Bold Bob Domofsky. Rob, good morning. How are you?
You almost said bald, didn't you?
You were going to say bald, for sure.
Yeah,
no, that was not my intent. That would be accurate. Yeah.
He knows he's
bald.
Okay.
Yes. Is this a must-win game for the Green Bay Packers?
Yes,
because is this being asked of you, and why is it?
Yes, it is. Because 2-4 is no good, Jace. I mean, look. Let me actually retract that. It's not a must-win because if you look at the schedule after that, there's winnable games: Minnesota, the Rams, Pittsburgh, Chargers. Right. So I guess it's not the death knell, but look. Here's why it's a must-win game. Because they're coming off the bye. Because there's been all sorts of questions about this offense. Because this is a bad team, right? Like those are three reasons why they have to win this game. It's not so much what it would do to their record. 2-4 is not great, but it's the optics of it. I know you guys are big optics people.
Oh, we love optics.
It's the optics of coming off a bye week. And losing to a bad team and not solving or at least finding something on offense that you can hang your hat on. Because that's all we've been talking about for 2 weeks, right, is what does this team do well? What can they do well? Can they find something that's their offensive identity? And that's, to me, why it's a must-win.
So, Rob, you just talked your way around like a full circle there. You said it's a must-win. Yes. And then, I don't know.
Yeah.
So, I think when you look at it, if you expect this to be a playoff team, and I have them borderline, I think they make it in.
Yeah.
I think they find a way to 8 or 9 wins, and that'll get them in. This would be a must-win game. But how many people really believe that this was a playoff team?
No, you're right.
I don't know.
And I don't think many did, and here's what I thought about this season, and I don't know if I've shared this on this show or other shows, but my thought was that this season wasn't about whether you make the playoffs. It was a little bit about record, but it wasn't about the end result. It was about finding out what you have and putting yourself in a position next season when your salary cap situation is much better and would allow you to do some things in free agency and then, fill some holes with the draft. It's a setup season for me. It's a set the table. Let's see what they have, and then let's see what they need, and they'll be in prime position to add to this team in the offseason. Because, look, they're going to be, they don't have the burden of $40.3 million in cap hit from Rodgers. Something will happen with Bakhtiari, Preston Smith, who knows? I mean, there's some Aaron Jones. There's some big cap room to do it free agency. They're going to have draft picks regardless of whether the Rodgers plays at 65% or not, which obviously we don't think he is.
He won't. He's not going to.
They're still right. They're still going to get They're still going to get another good draft pick out of it. So to me, that's what this season's about, Tausch. Much more so than if they make the playoffs or not.
So then how can you have a must-win game? I guess that's the question. Yeah, I agree. Rob, there's no doubt. Psychologically, you need to win this game for your locker room because you've been getting beaten around. You had a tough game. You lost to a bad team, I believe, out in Vegas, and then you had to sit here and fester for 2 weeks.
Right.
And that's why, more so than anything else, because you fall into that rut and you start getting that woe is me victim mentality, which is poison for a locker room.
Yeah, and then you don't meet the objective of the season, or at least my objective is to figure out what you have, because you don't play to what your potential is because of the negative energy around the team. So to me, that's why it's important.
Yeah. So before Jason jumps in here, has this offense regressed? LaFleur made sure to say it hasn't, but then he basically went on and said it's regressed, but he didn't like the word regressed.
Right. Well, it's semantics, right? But here's the thing. I don't know if we know what the offense is yet because of Aaron Jones. And I realize one player shouldn't change what you do that dramatically. But John Runyon said this week, Aaron Jones is our best player. I assume he meant our best offensive player, but either way, that's all we're talking about here is the offense. And when you don't have your best offensive player, it's hard to know what you can do offensively. Now, did A.J. Dillon blow a huge opportunity to show that he could be not necessarily what Aaron Jones is, but be a productive player? Absolutely. And should they have figured out a way to become more productive in the absence of their best player? Absolutely. But let's see what they do now with, what looks like, other than Bakhtiari, their full complement of offensive players. And I realize you don't always have that in the NFL. In fact, you rarely have it. But let's at least give them this week with the whole group, assuming that Jones is not on any kind of restriction, and then let's reassess where they're at offensively.
Talking with Rob Domofsky on Wilde and Tausch, I do want to point out that John Runyon also said, looking at Miami and their offense, I feel like our offense can and will have shades of that going forward. You and I talked about that in the locker room. We both think that he was referring to them having stolen some of Mike McDaniel's stuff, as Matt LaFleur said he intended. But the way it sounds like, hey, we're going to look a lot like Miami's offense. We're going to put 70 on the board against these fools. I don't think that's the case. What do you think?
I was going to say, Jay, here's the thing that you have to have proper context on it. Matt LaFleur said it the day after the Raiders game when we asked him, what was coming up. What do you need to do on the bye week? Everybody says they self-scout, right? Well, he said, we'll do all that. But I also might look at some things that we can steal that other people are doing well. And I remember back this offseason when we were talking to offensive coordinator Adam Stenovich about the idea of them. Remember they watched, 49ers tape, right, to see how they handled the quarterback change to Brock Purdy. And Stenovich said at the time, you watch teams that are like you. You watch teams that run what you run. And Miami, obviously, with Mike McDaniel as part of the coaching tree, is running, and they're running it at a much higher level, what the Packers want to do. And so when you say we're going to do, when John Runyon says we're going to do what Miami did, he's talking about schematically. He's not talking about necessarily we're going to put up what Miami put up, but we're going to take what they do in this offense, maybe even some of what Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers do, and Sean McVay and the Rams do, and maybe to a lesser extent, Zach Taylor in Cincinnati. Those are all from the same coaching system, and that's what he meant by it. And that's, quite frankly, not a bad idea. If you're struggling a little bit, look at what the teams that are doing it well, that they're on the same stuff as you do, what they do, and see if you can't find something.
Yeah, I don't want to be too judgmental, but if you want to do that, you should steal Christian McCaffrey, you should steal George Kittle, you should steal Jalen Waddle, and Tyreek Hill. All right, two other things I want to get to with you. First of all, you had a great question yesterday to LaFleur, and you, as you well know, I never compliment you.
Do you guys, Jason, after a great question, is it like a big win? You give like a game ball, or do you slap each other on the tail? Like, hey, Demo, great question as he's walking out. You slap him on the keister?
That's a great idea. We should have the best question of the day or best question of the week award. That's a heck of an idea, Tausch. You're getting this media thing.
Yeah, well, analyst, yep.
Be very clear, analyst. I actually compliment you all the time, but that said, you phrased the question perfectly to LaFleur yesterday when Jair Alexander wound up back on the injury report. You said, was he able to finish practice? And he said he was limited. How did you take that, and what is your concern level with Jair Alexander, who did come through the locker room?
He did, yep.
But did not speak to reporters on
Did he
an
compliment your
basis.
shoes, Rob, or just Jason's?
No, he did. I saw him out of the corner of my eye. I was busy doing other things in the locker room. But he did look, he
Rudy
looked like
Ford.
he was walking. He looked like he was walking normally, if that means anything. But, Jason, I think you bring up the point about the question. And the importance of the question was, did he finish practice? And if we could find the answer to that, it would tell us some of the severity. Like, if he was added to the injury report because he was sore from the day before, but he still practiced, then that's one thing. If he was added to the injury report because he dropped out of practice and couldn't finish, that's a whole other situation and a much more serious one. Now, Matt LaFleur has been at this now for 4.5 years, not that I was trying to trick him, but I was trying to get him to say what happened, and he just said he was limited. So, we'll have a better idea here in about practice is at 11:50. So we'll have a better idea in about an hour and 20 minutes if Jair's out there, at least going through the early portion of practice, which should tell us something. It won't tell us everything. As we know, we've seen guys practice on Fridays or Saturdays in the case of the Monday night games and then not play. But we'll at least get a little bit better idea here before you guys are off the air, what the situation is.
All right, and then I had one other question for you, and that was this. You and I both talked to Luke Musgrave. I wrote my story today. Your story's running tomorrow at ESPN.com and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I read your story. I wrote my story, filed it, then I read yours, thinking, I never want to read it before I write because I don't want it to be the same thing. So I wrote mine, filed it, and then read yours. Yours was very well done.
Are you and Doug Musgrave?
You guys are so complimentary each other.
We like each other. We've been friends for a long time. Are you and Doug Musgrave similar parents?
Yeah, I think that's why Luke wasn't really fazed by LaFleur chewing him out because he'd heard it from his old man for quite a while, and I'm curious what Doug Musgrave or Bill Musgrave, for that matter, still working in the NFL, would have thought of or thinks of Luke's start to the season. I looked at it a little bit. There was obviously he ran the wrong route on the 3rd and 3 play, and it mucked up the whole play and cost them potentially points there when they can't score points in the first quarter. That was obviously on the first drive. But I thought about it like, all right, I'm a little disappointed in Luke Musgrave's production, just given how often he got targeted this summer during training camp and preseason. And I thought, and I said this to Stenovich, Adam Stenovich, offensive coordinator last week. I said, boy, the way he was in training camp, I thought maybe he'd have 40 catches by now. And I was exaggerating a little bit. 40 catches through 5 games would be, pretty much unbelievable. But when you look at all the rookie tight ends, he's number 2 right now in catches and yards. 18 catches for 159 yards. Sam Laporta, who was drafted 8 spots before Musgrave, is the only other rookie tight end that's been more productive. Dalton Kincaid, who was a first-round pick, has only, I believe, 12 catches, 17, something. He's behind Musgrave. And there's really only 3 rookie tight ends in the league that have more than 8 catches so far, and there were 16 tight ends drafted. I guess maybe my expectations got a little bit out of whack, and I had to go back and maybe Matt LaFleur should go back when he's about to choose somebody out and remember what he said. The tight end is probably the hardest position other than quarterback for a rookie to come in and play on the offensive side of the ball. All that I think is maybe tempers expectations a little bit for Musgrave, but I'll still stick with what I thought coming out of training camp, that this guy was going to be a big part of the offense. And, maybe that still can be the case. And look, one of the things that they said they looked at during the bye week is how to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. And Stenovich said, that's the guy we need to get the ball to him. And Jordan Love, I tried to ask him who he needs to get the ball to more to see, if he would identify any specific players, and he did not, other than to say that the playmakers need to touch the ball. We'll see if he considers Luke Musgrave to be in that category.
He did not give you what you were looking for there. You always give us what we're looking for when you join us. For the record, we did give our buddy Bill Huber from Sports Illustrated a bit of a hard time for predicting that Luke Musgrave would finish the season with 60 catches. Right now, with 18 receptions through 5 games, times 17 games, that average leads to 61.2 catches on the season. So we will see if he gets to those 60 receptions that Bill predicted for him. I will see you later at Lambeau. You're the best, buddy. We appreciate you.
All right. Have a good one, guys. We'll be seeing you.
You can read about Luke Musgrave on ESPNWisconsin.com later today or maybe tomorrow when Rob's story posts.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun. Domofsky gets after you a lot when you're gone. Now, he really got at you last week. That's
what about?
You guys are like, I don't even remember, but I know I had a lot of laughs.
At my expense?
Which always are my enjoyable. That's always enjoyable to me. So, not like expense, but at your behest, sure? I guess is the word. Yeah, positive. Wasn't anything malicious. No, nothing malicious. All fun. Go back to On Demand. You can check it out. Wisconsin On Demand. You can hear it.
Can't wait. More next. Nothing malicious. It's Wilde and Tausch.
On air, online, and on demand. Get all your favorite ESPN Wisconsin content anywhere you get your podcasts for free. The new Wisconsin On Demand. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you.
Take it to the house this season and enjoy tailgating from your own backyard. Tito's wants to make sure you have the best tailgate on the block. You can win game day gear for your next gathering by entering to win at Tito'sTailgate.com. Be sure to enter by November 15th for your chance to win a Solo Stove Grill, a Broommate back tap for batch cocktails, or a Tito's football jersey. For official rules, visit Tito'sTailgate.com. Must be 21 years old to enter. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, a group of doctors I trusted with my knee surgery. The pain was real and options were important. My experience with each doctor was thorough, the appointments were timely, always close and easy access to the building. My mom felt the same way, I know, when she went there for her physical therapy appointments at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. I trusted their surgical team for my knee surgery, and I know they'll take care of you the way they did my mom and me. Make an appointment at orthowisconsin.com.
Haul away big savings this weekend at Fleet Farm's Truckload Savings Event. Like 40-pound bags of superior hardwood fuel pellets, 2 for $11. Morton Clean and Protect water softener pellets are only $5.89 a bag. Save on 40 pounds of black oil sunflower seed, just $18.99. And get a free $15 Fleet Farm gift card with select Science Diet pet food. Stock up on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm.
The Saganiac Planning Marquette Championship moment. Every second Dwayne Wade was on the court. This year, first ballot Hall of Famer. First ballot. It's special to just be in the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, regardless of how many years it takes. Marquette superstar Dwayne Wade called flash in the pros. He was D-Wade, Microwade, Tidal Wade at Marquette. Drop them all. Dwayne Wade has only one nickname left, and call him when you see him. Dwayne Wade, first ballot champion. Level funding for your corporate medical insurance plan allows small to medium-sized employers to create a plan tailored specifically to meet the needs of your employees. Level funding provides the employer with predictable monthly payments, regardless of claim activity, allowing for better budgeting and peace of mind. For more information how level funding can benefit your company, call Aaron Belowski, Saganiac Planning, 262-783-6161. That's 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
What are we having for dinner? At Cousin Subs, we have a simple answer for this age-old question. A family 4-pack, of course. Now at participating Cousin Subs locations, you can get any 4 classic or deli fresh subs or subs in a bowl and 4 chips or regular fries for the limited time only price of $30 plus tax after 4 p.m. You heard that right. Feed your entire crew for just $30. Order in store at cousinsubs.com or via our app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Hi, I'm Dr. Armand Chichich.
board-certified urologists at Metropolitan Urology Group. Guys, it's a fact of life. At some point, you'll probably encounter a men's health issue, kidney stones, prostate symptoms, maybe even erectile dysfunction. But did you know most of men's health issues can be treated as an outpatient or an in-office visit? Find out how we can help you at Metropolitan Urology Group.
Go Urology, Metro Urology. Real doctors, real solutions.
Show the world what your business is made of with 3 Tree Marketing.
So at 3 Tree, we're storytellers through merchandise. Every brand we work with has a unique story, and we're there to tell it using merchandise, display, appreciation, and gifting.
President Kevin Van Rossum knows that's important.
There's promo peddlers again, or tchotchke vendors, or whatever cliche people want to use. But we work with our client partners to become an extension of their team. We provide ideas, unique offerings that fit budget, timing, as well as messaging.
Check out why 3 Tree is the partner you need. 3treemarketing.com. This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
All right, now you got me thinking if I regret being so nice to that Domofsky character when he joined us. I'll have to go back on Wisconsin On Demand and hear what he had to say about me last Friday. But
good idea. Good idea.
I will. But I am going to take a small shot at him. Is it a must-win or is it not? Bold Bob.
It talked around in circles. You cannot have a must-win when you're not in a position to think that you have any expectations for the team. You just can't. So Rob has said, I think earlier, that this wasn't a playoff team. His point, though, that I believe and what I feel, too, is psychologically, young team, I always say this before every year, you can get on a roll and that confidence will grow with you. And the same thing can happen when you lose games you shouldn't. You start getting a little victim-y, a little oh wow, woe is me. And fortunately, I wasn't on a lot of those teams. We had some 1-4 starts that none of us were victim-y. And then the year we went 4-12, it was Victim City, USA. So that's what you're trying to avoid. And I think this team, they're young enough. They don't have the scars that maybe some of our teams had. And I think you just keep working. You're going to put your head down. You're going to grind. And that's why I just don't think, even as bad as Denver is viewed, and they are viewed poorly, I don't think this is a must-win. And I think that's what Rob said after he said, yes, 25 times beforehand.
That is where he eventually wound up. The poll, on the other hand, disagrees with us.
Okay.
Is Sunday a must-win for the Packers? Yes, it is a must-win. No, it's not a must-win. Pretty simple.
Probably
70%.
Whoa.
It's a must-win. So that's how the fan base, 7 out of every 10 fans, are viewing it.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Does that go to your point psychologically? Because, again, when I think of must-wins, it's like a must-win.
Detroit last year.
Yes,
Detroit
to make
last
the
year was
playoffs. Yes, or a
playoff games are all
must-win
must-wins.
to get the most important number 1 seed in NFL history until it's not. Those are the must-wins.
Yeah, it's hard because you can't keep crying wolf like Virginia Wolf did. It can't be a must-win every week. It can't be. This is a must-win. Hey, every game's a must-win in this business, but it's not. And we all understand that. But from a fan standpoint, I think this is still where we're kind of looking at this as, well, are we a good football team or are we a rebuilding team? That's where there is strong divisions in our fan base. Because none of us want to accept the fact that this is going to be really tough. This is a tough year. And I think it can still be a tough year that you plant those seeds. I think you're not going to get a bumper harvest, but I think you can get some. You're going apple picking. I think you can get some good apples. You're going to get a couple, but you're not going to fill your bushel. You're going to get a couple, and you're going to get some wormy ones you're going to have to throw out. You're not filling your bushel. But if you can just get in the playoffs, I think that to this year would be so fantastic for everybody. And I think that's still in play. But to act as if this is a must-win, yeah, you'd love to win them all. But it's not.
Who's afraid of Virginia Woolf crying wolf? We need to get to our Steinhoffel sleepers of the week. Again, 70% of you are saying this is a must-win. So you have if you're in that group, that means you have expectations.
As the potato corridor weighed in.
My understanding is they do the write-in voting, so that'll be tallied later. But you can keep voting in our poll on the Wilde and Tausch Twitter feed. Our Steinhoffel sleepers of the week, presented by Steinhoffels, are next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Untethered, unfiltered, and unbothered.
Who would you rather see perform at the Super Bowl, Usher or Taylor Swift? Usher. Everybody gonna play Usher.
Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL.
This is a complete joke. The fact that y'all think that Taylor Swift has more universal appeal than Usher is ridiculous.
Weekdays from 2 to 5, right here on 94.5 ESPN. And subscribe to the show on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get podcasts.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank, and as a community bank, we sincerely appreciate our customer loyalty. Over nearly 90 years, we've done all we can to return the favor. Great Midwest Bank offers flexible solutions that bigger banks and credit unions simply can't, because our entire team is right here in the community. We love helping our neighbors when we're at work and then catching up over the weekend. Visit us at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Life's better with an auto policy from American Family Insurance. No matter what dreams you're driving towards. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto coverage at the right price. You'll also save up to 23% when you bundle auto with home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Get to and from every home game in Green Bay this football season safely. Milwaukee Broad House, Jack's American Pub, and Wanakee Golf Course all offer transportation on game days. They've got bus services with private restrooms and all-you-can-drink packages. There's still room for the October 29th and November 5th games. Book your round-trip ride and get access to an all-you-can-eat and drink tailgate at the bar on Holmgren Way. Make your game day experience a VIP experience with your official ride to Green Bay. Visit golfwanakee.com to book your trip today.
When you need electrical service, choose the company other companies call. Current Electric has been energizing and illuminating lives in the southeastern Wisconsin area since 1983. They have earned the trust of businesses like Bauer Sign and Lighting, Midas, and Take 5 Car Wash. With 40 years of 5-star service under their belt, they are sure they can earn your trust too. Whether you need residential or commercial work completed or are interested in solar or generators, call the superheroes at Current Electric. Visit callcurrent.com.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust. Men can be their own worst critics, especially as we get older and compare our current self to the younger version. The experts at Forward Healthy Lifestyles in Germantown help men with testosterone optimization, regenerative medicines, heart health screenings, weight loss, and yes, sexual enhancement services. Forward Healthy Lifestyles can offer regained energy and endurance, more muscle and tone, enhanced performance, joint therapies, and more. Change your life and stop comparing who you are now to who you used to be. Visit forwardhealthylifestyles.com for a free consultation.
Wisconsin is still cattle country, and that's why Bunzel's chose to stay close to home to hand select the finest beef. Quality goes into everything they do, from Bunzel's expansive array of meats, homemade specialty sausages, and their award-winning beef jerky. It just isn't a proper holiday meal without Bunzel's top quality cuts on the dinner table. Tasting is believing. Bunzels.com.
ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta here for St. Kate the Arts Hotel. If you're looking to start the weekend right, head to Bubbles and Brunch at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. Every weekend from 9 to 1 in Giggly Champagne and Wine Bar, this brunch is anything but basic. The atmosphere is set with a local DJ spinning music to set the mood, while the hotel's acclaimed culinary team offers up a menu of elevated breakfast dishes. Add to the fun with endless mimosas. Experience a brunch that is anything but basic at Giggly Champagne and Wine Bar inside St. Kate the Arts Hotel. Reservations available online. Learn more by visiting stkatearts.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Time now for our Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Week. I was driving to Lambeau yesterday on 172. First, there's Mark Tauscher and Gene Adela of Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin right there on the first billboard. As I'm approaching the 172 bridge, I get to the other side of the 172 bridge. Who do I see? I see Green and Gold Fridays presented by Steinhoffels, and they've got this very comfy-looking recliner up on their billboard. It is a Green and Gold Friday. They got all kinds of things going on right now today at Steinhoffels. And remember, the holidays are almost here, and Steinhoffels has the largest selection to help you host the perfect celebration. They've got dining sets large enough for the entire family and space-saving sleep solutions for all your guests. And they always offer 72-month special financing so you can buy now and pay over the span of 6 years. Plus, like I said, it's Green and Gold Friday. Stop in wearing your Packers gear and save 10% on all home stretch made in the USA recliners. I'm telling you, on that billboard, it looked really comfy. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Time now for our Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Week.
Don't sleep, you gotta stay up.
Hey there, sleepyhead. Wakey, wakey. Okay, campers, rise and shine. It's time for the Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Week on Wilde and Tausch.
It is time for Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Week. Tausch has already proclaimed that Jair Alexander is not his sleeper because,
Correct.
well, A, he probably shouldn't be because he's one of the best corners in team history, and B, we don't know if he's going to be playing because of his back injury. So, who you got?
Would you put Jair Alexander, one of the best corners in the history of the Packers, throughout where he's at right now in his career?
Yeah, I would. I mean, not at the top, but he's in don't you think he's in like the top 10?
Wow. Oh, well, you just said in the top. That's like top 5, top 10.
They've existed for 100+ years. 10 out of 100 years? That's not unrealistic. I don't know, maybe
you got him ahead of Al Harris?
No.
You got him ahead of Al Harris?
No.
Charles?
No.
Okay.
Tremont?
All right. Yeah, Tremont is really underrated. He'll be a Packer Hall of Famer, I'm guessing, very shortly. All right. So this week, I think Aaron Jones is going to steal the show as long as he's healthy. I think he is going to get a vast majority of the touches. But as I said in Prize Picks, as Jason's article kind of dictated, I think this is a Musgrave game. It's a must-win.
It's a Musgrave game. Nice. That was really good.
So you got Halloween coming. It just all fits the mold. I'm going with old Musgrave as my Steinhoffel Sleeper of the Week.
Gerald Ford, who are you taking?
I'm going to stay with the tight end room, but I'm going to go with the mini homecoming for Tucker Kraft. I know he's a blocking guy, but I think he's going to get open in the red zone, kind of the way Mercedes Lewis would sometimes, and I think he's going to maybe get a tutter or two.
A tutter or two?
Yeah. I'm going to call my shot there with that.
What makes it a mini homecoming for Tucker Kraft?
Well, he went to South Dakota State, so I'm pretty sure that's like the closest NFL stadium to where he went to school. So I was like sort of homecoming-ish.
I don't
just needed
think
something
you understand
else
geography. I don't think you understand geography that great, but Minnesota would be a homecoming for him.
Yes,
more
I know,
so
but
than Denver.
Denver is probably the next closest. I didn't say it was the closest. I said it's pretty close.
You kind of said homecoming.
Yeah,
It's
sort of.
literally
It's in the
exactly what
same
you said.
region, okay?
No, you
I
literally
needed
said that
something up-
exact quote. All right.
All right. Well,
Jackrabbit Mama. What? Jackrabbit Mama. Hey, appreciate those caps that Jackrabbit Mama sent, too.
She sent us hats. Yeah, we got to get those.
I know, we
don't
gotta
know where
get down
they're
to
currently located, but we will find them. All right. So if this is what we're doing, I guess
what's
I will.
closest? Is there a Denver guy? Is there somebody in New Mexico for a homecoming? Who played at New Mexico? Anybody?
So I guess we'll all take tight ends. And I'll take Ben Sims, who's a rookie tight end from Baylor. So it's kind of like a homecoming.
Total homecoming game for him. Old Simsy. It means a lot. I'm heading home. I'm going home.
He's a native of San Antonio, Texas City, played at Baylor. So it's a homecoming for him.
Man. Oh, God.
Hunter, are you okay with us giving you a hard time?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
You can make an argument. Jordan Love. It's how far is where, I don't know what city Utah State is.
Yeah, Logan, Utah, very close to Denver.
That actually could be a homecoming game for him.
And our favorite game when Jordan Love's mom comes to games is where are her seats? Because as we all recall, he started that game in Kansas City, and he and his girlfriend Ronica and his mom were in like literally the last row of the stadium. Tausch, having played
I like that about him. I like that.
What do you mean you like that about him?
He wasn't like going out and saying, "Oh, can I get?" Now he's going to now that he's starting QB1. But for that Kansas City game, I like the fact there wasn't any distractions. I got to go work to get better tickets. I want to get out there and just play. I like that mentality that he had. I did.
So I have told this story before during our long standing relationship on this program, but Diane and Denny always seemingly. Although there is an airport in the greater Marshfield Metroplex, we would tend to be, Otzi and I tended to be on their flights when they would go see their pride and joy play in his NFL games.
Okay.
When it comes to tickets for players, I don't think people understand this, and it's been a few years since that.
Yeah, you don't
scenario.
get free tickets.
How does it
there's
work?
No free tickets.
And how are road games distributed, too?
You get a block of tickets, and you can put in, I think for road games you get 2, but what happens is you do a little trading with guys. Oh, I got friends out in California. Can I get your, at that time, Chargers tickets or whatever it would be, and can you do this? And you'd swap and do all these other things. But the seats are usually garbanzo. So occasionally you could call in a favor. I'm sure like Aaron would be able to do it all the time. But